Good morning, everybody. I'm going to go ahead and get started so that there might be a possibility of us getting out a little early today. This one usually goes long, but we all know the COVID things that are going on and all that good stuff. But I do want to bring attention to our elite partners. I want to preface this by saying since March, with all the things that we've been having to deal with, we have the Chamber of Commerce has not slowed down. We've been super busy at the staff level with all the things that our businesses need. But our elite partners, our members, our board, our ambassadors, everybody involved is what keeps this chamber going, and so we want to thank all of y'all for doing that. With our elite partners, we have Diamonds, Texas A&M Commerce, and L3 Harris. Our gold partner, elite partner, is Alliance Bank. Our silver partners are American National Bank, Money Law Firm, First American Title, Cornerstone Insurance, Family First Home Health, Solvay, Hunt Regional Healthcare, D. Earls Tax Service, Lone Star Credit Union, Nissan of Greenville, Greenville Hyundai, and a brand new elite partner this week, as a matter of fact, yesterday, is Abacus Home Healthcare. Brett Carroll sitting over somewhere here. You want to raise your hand? Right. Hey, Brett, thank you. And also I want to mention Kinsey Abstract and Sabine Title will be moving up from bronze to silver. They're still on bronze today, but that just happened yesterday as well. Our bronze partners are GEUS, Landon Winery, Hancock Whitney, the Steinbach Organization, Atmos Energy, Advanced Industry Metals, and Waste Connections. So thank y'all for all of y'all that you do for us. In an effort to not duplicate introductions, I'm going to let the schools introduce their staff and boards that are here so that we're not doing that twice. With our state representative, Dan Flynn's office, we do have Dan Flynn and Jeannie Ash over here in the corner. Let's give them a big round of applause. From our Greenville Chamber of Commerce Board of Directors, we have Chairman of the Board, Willie Morgan from Lone Star Credit Union. And other board members in the room, we have Karen Thomason, Richard Carter, Alicia Hooks, David Dreiling, Mayor David Dreiling, Katie Ridge, Amy Wade, Dr. Demetrius Liggins, and Sheila Bussell. Thank y'all for coming today. With our ambassador teams this year, at this event, we have Ambassador of the Year Tracy Fenton with Britex Bubbles. Where is she? I saw her walk in just a moment ago. Oh, there you are. Thank you, Tracy. I'll read the rest of these and then we'll clap all at once. Kami Williams, Alyssa Davis, Violet Atkins, Sheila Ellis, Katie Ridge, Lonnie Schoenfeld, Debbie Sickles, Chasen Carpenter, Kalina Crossley. Thank y'all very much for all y'all do for us. Our chamber staff, we've really been working hard and together through this COVID thing, but I want to say a super special thank you to Shelly Corrales, Deanna Bird, and Keith Burns. Also, I want to mention our volunteer with our tech, Tiffany Lynn. Thank you so much for all the help you give us on the tech side. Let's give them a round of applause. Newest chamber members in the room, we have R. Bush Associates representing Energy Network. We have RCCG Seminary. We have Vectus Surfbird, and we have Voice Print Promos. I do want to mention that we've had quite a number of new members join our chamber through this, so that's always good news. So if you want to see who those are, greenvillechamber.com. We have new members scrolling at all times. You can see them on there. Those are just the ones that are here in the room today. Also, when you renew your membership, remember that you also scroll on our website for quite some time when you pay your bill. So on the backside, on the second and third and fourth year, you are also scrolling on there. From the city of Greenville, we have Mayor David Dreiling. City Council, we have Cedric Jean and John Turner. Thank y'all for coming today. From the Greenville Board of Development, we have Chairman of the Board, Terry Thomas. And board members, we have David Ellis and Mark Scott. Thank y'all. And let's see, chamber housekeeping real quick. First, so I'm just going to run through these things real quick. If y'all could just give me a moment, we'll be done with this real fast. We do have the census out as a vendor table. They came in a little later after most people came in, but just know how important it is for us to get the census information done with what's going on in our world these days. They have some great information, and you need to get signed up for that if you don't. And if you know people that haven't signed up for the census, get them, encourage them to do so. We're also selling, thanks to the Greenville Board of Development. We love our Greenville first responders. I have a sign right here, and we have T-shirts, which are down there. These are $10. They fit great in windows at businesses and in your yard, but we want to give them, our first responders are real important in our community, and we want to make sure we love them, that they know we love them. Let's see. Our golf tournament is completely full. We're thrilled about that. We have a raffle going on today. You can see Keith Burns at the end of the event back here, but all that stuff is going to be auctioned off. The raffle tickets are totally affordable. Also, I want to talk a moment about the fact that you're receiving some emails from me. If you're involved in our chamber and you're in our email system, you'll be receiving emails from me about paying attention right now to your listing. Your listing is very important. If you have a basic listing, there's a whole lot of things you need to put in there. If you haven't done that, you're not getting as much you're not getting as much bang for your buck. Thank you. It's very easy to do. It's free on the basic. If you enhance, it does cost, but they'll help you with that. And we have a person that actually at Chamber Master helps you do all that stuff, and you can watch on the screen while they do it with you. We are doing some raffle trips for our annual auction. Y'all know, just like everyone else, our annual auction and Concito Night, it's coming up. We're still working through that. We're even set up to where if we have to do auction online, we will, but we're doing some trips. So we have a Las Vegas trip right now. If you go to our Facebook page and look under events on our Facebook page, we have a $600 value trip to Las Vegas at the Four Queens Hotel that can be used for 1 year. Please buy raffle tickets there, but also we have 2 trips to Aruba that's coming up that'll be in the same section. They're not on there yet. One all-inclusive resort is 5 nights, and one for 3 nights, both in Aruba. Those are all total. Those are about $4,000 worth of trips, and that's how we're trying to make money at the moment. So we want you to win one, and we want you to help us. So please do that. Many of you have asked about your chamber plaques, and in your businesses, we haven't sent out 2020 stickers. That was because we intended at the beginning of this year to launch new plaques. With COVID hitting, that all got kind of moved back. But we are planned with new plaques. We have a great new design. We're not going to go forward spending any more money on stickers or any of those plaques. We're going to actually start a particular month when we're ready to launch, and we're just going to go out in force as you renew month by month and give you a new plaque and take our old one back. So that's going to be something coming up. Also, we're going to do some static clings for those businesses that like to advertise, help us advertise the chamber and your membership at your front door. Let's see. Also, I do want to mention that At Home Texas Real Estate on Friday, September 25th, they were to be our 3rd lunch mob event this year, but the first 2 had to be canceled. So we're starting what we call a lunch mob event. It will be at their place of business. And the idea behind this particular event is that you partner with a member restaurant. It's a come and go. You go by the place of business. You say hi. You understand what they do for their products and their business. Grab a lunch, network a moment, and go. It's very much like a business before hours. So look forward to working with them on that. And they're here today, so y'all wave and say hi. Thank you, At Home Texas Real Estate. And lastly, I want to mention before and after hours. Some businesses are layered more with management than others. We've been able to pull off a business after hours for the last several months. They're more in the 40 to 50 range in attendance. Finding places to have them has been a little bit of a challenge, but we've been choosing restaurants that need revenue. But that has opened the door with some of our ones that we normally sell to others, where they're more cautious right now. If you are a small business with one owner or family owned or whatever, and you want to have some networking going on, this is a perfect opportunity, because most of the times those are off the table because they all sell out so fast. So with that, I'm done. I want to start by introducing our event partners today for this particular event. By the way, we normally have 150, so thank you for the 90 or so that showed up today. Wright's Air Conditioning. I'm super thrilled to work with them. They are celebrating 75 years in business this year. And isn't that awesome? Here to speak for them on their behalf is Amy Melton.
That was quick. Thank you, Byron. I am so happy to be here with you today. I've really missed seeing everybody over the last couple of months. It's been kind of crazy, hasn't it? As Byron said, we are celebrating our 75th anniversary this year, and we could not be more pleased to celebrate them with anybody but you. In addition to celebrating our 75th anniversary, my husband Michael and I are celebrating our 20th anniversary as owners of Wright's Air Conditioning Incorporated. So thank you for being here. Yes. To help us celebrate, we are so excited to have two very special members of the Wrights family. Will you please help me welcome, to help us celebrate today, our very special honored guest, Miss Ramona Wright, wife of the late Carlos Wright, and Mr. Jimmy Wright. Will y'all please stand? Thank you so much for being here, and thank you for entrusting us 20 years ago to continue the legacy that your family started. It truly means the world to us. We are both humbled and honored to be a part of the Wrights AC family, and we just appreciate y'all so very much. Thank you. Way back in 1945, Jimmy's daddy, Carl Wright, along with his wife and his two boys, Jimmy and Carlos, established an HVAC company that would meet the needs for all of their friends and families and neighbors of Hunt County, Texas, and thus Wright's AC Incorporated was born. We are very proud to continue the traditions started by the Wrights family. We believe that the longevity of our company is due, in most part, to the good old-fashioned values and traditions instilled by Mr. Wright way back in 1945. Customer service, dedication to customer loyalty, satisfaction, good old-fashioned integrity, loyalty, honesty are those attributes that have always been the main priority and will continue to be the priority of Wright's Air Conditioning. As we look into our future, we are very excited to combine the traditions of the past with the latest technologies and innovations available in the HVAC industry. We offer really high efficiency units such as mini split systems, UV lighting units that eliminate contaminants from the air, making our breathing air higher quality. Who doesn't need that right now with all this COVID craziness going on? We are also committed to sustaining our environment by recently going into a totally paperless office system. Our service techs are now equipped with iPods or iPads that allow them to communicate directly with our office from the job site and the customer's home. And these iPads are a really cool tool for our customers to have a side-by-side, hands-on, flat-rate pricing venue to look at so they can compare side-by-side all our quality and high-tech, innovative services and equipment that is available to them. By doing this, we feel like we are educating them so that they can make the best decision possible for all their HVAC needs. Speaking of education, two of my faves over there, I am proud to be starting my 27th year of teaching at Bowles High School. My husband, Michael, thank you. Michael has sat on the Bowles ISD school board for the last 15 years. Where are my Hornet fans? Here they are. Go Hornets. Woo! Dr. Sweeney and Michael. Where's Roxanne? She's once a Hornet, always a Hornet, right? We are just very pleased to be a part of the Bowles family. You can say education is truly our passion, and we are committed to extending that to our company as well. We do realize that many of our new hires are coming to us lacking the skills necessary to be effective members of our team immediately. So we are focusing on our training sessions to make sure that we are training our future employees to not only be excellent in their proficiency of HVAC skills, but also to give them the skill sets to continue those soft skills that seem to be missing from our workforce today. Yes, thank you. We just feel like it is our duty and it's our honor to train our employees with the best skills possible to make them the best employees they can be, not only for our company, but for the general workforce altogether. We feel like by doing that, we're going to help secure the economy of Hunt County and future businesses by educating them in those areas that are truly, truly lacking today. So at Wright's AC, we do believe that it is our experience that makes a difference. By combining the traditions of yesterday with the technologies of today, we are going to secure the comfort of our loyal customers for many years to come. Thank you for celebrating with us.
Thank you, Amy. And they didn't consult with me on their logo, but look how cool that logo is, like the old milkman. Trusted milkman, or any other repairman. Mr. Comfort. Next, we have our presenting partner, Katie Ridge with Cornerstone Insurance. Come on up, Katie.
Thank you. Okay, I have a few notes, and I'm not nearly as eloquent as Amy is, but I'll get through it. That's okay. Okay, so most of you know me in some form or fashion. Who am I? What do I do? I'm a chamber ambassador. I'm a chamber board member. Some of you may know me as the most recent past president of the Greenville Rotary Club here in Greenville, Wright. We got lots of Rotarians in the room. As a Rotary member, one of the things that I love the most about Rotary is how we support all of our nonprofits here in town. So it's one club that just magnifies everything we're able to do, and I love that. And of course, one of the best things about Rotary, at least for me, is the haunted landmark that's about to be coming up in October, so y'all make sure to come visit us. I'm also on the Bras for the Cause sponsorship committee, and I'm a bra maker. And for those of you that don't know, this year on April 30th, I lost my mom to breast cancer. I'm also on the Government Affairs Committee, and we met yesterday, and that was fabulous. And I happen to be the newest member of the Fish Board, so that's really awesome too. But just in case you didn't know, I also run a business. Yeah, I do. I run a business. I'm going to have you show the video right now so they can see.
Who is Cornerstone? Cornerstone is a national agency, and since 1995, we've been providing superior products and services, as well as insurance and financial advice. We offer all Medicare products, life insurance, cancer, hospital, and home health care plans, and retirement planning. Cornerstone is not an insurance company. As independent agents, we have access to all of the companies that do business in your area. We've compared all these companies based on premium, financial reports, and claims history. We recommend plans that fit your situation. You decide what is right for you. We work for you, not them. How does it work? First, we schedule an appointment with you in our office or your home, or wherever you're most comfortable. Second, we'll provide a complete education on Medicare, life insurance, or retirement planning. We explain all the parts and facts and how all these areas work together like a puzzle. Know your options. Once you are fully informed, then you can take action. Third, once you decide what types of plans make the most sense for you, we'll show you the options available in your area. Fourth, we will discuss all of the elements of your plan choice and then help you enroll in the plans you select. And lastly, but most importantly, we'll be available when you need us. After you have applied for your policies, you'll always have access to us for any questions or concerns that may arise. That's what makes Cornerstone different. With us, it's always personal, and we want you to be a client for life.
Thank you, Derek Price, for making that awesome video for me. That's something that I'm really proud of, that video, and everybody that was in it. Those are my agents. Those are, just everything that it takes for us to run this business, and they're amazing. So I actually have a team of 19 agents. I have 2 admins, and I have 2 agents that are actually taking their state licensing exam next week. So we're going to be adding and multiplying. I love that. One thing I want everybody to understand about Cornerstone is we're a little bit different. We're not your typical insurance agency. We focus on Medicare. And that's because that is the one aspect of the insurance industry that is the most convoluted, it is the most misunderstood, and there's not a lot of places you can go to get answers and get the truth. So the first thing that we always do is we concentrate on education. That's why I wanted to be here at the education meeting, because we educate our clients on all of the parts and pieces of Medicare, life insurance, everything else. I think we might have a couple of people in the room that can testify to that. Anybody over there at that table? So we really want you to know your options. We're not going to choose for you. We're going to educate you and let you make your decision. So, in fact, last week, the brand new CEO of the national company, Cornerstone, was sent to my office by our parent company so that I could train him on all things Medicare, because he didn't have a clue. So, the one thing that I want to leave everybody with is I know that the majority of the people in this room are not Medicare eligible, okay? We know that. But you have family members, you have neighbors that may not understand how the changes to Medicare on an annual basis can affect them and how much money they could be spending out of pocket without even having a clue that there are other options. We don't just push something at them. We say, here are your options, and if it's right for you, we'll show you how. If not, then we'll tell you to stay right where you are. Medicare open enrollment starts October 15th, which in our world is like 5 seconds away. So October 15th through December 7th every year is when anybody on Medicare gets to look at their choices and their options to make changes for the following year. All right, thank you very much.
Thank you, Katie. And I also wanted to mention that I was going to let her do it, but I forgot to tell her, so I'll do it for her. Katie's going to be our first business before hours in like 3 or 4 months on October 6th. October 6th, yes. So thank you, and she always does a bang-up job, so y'all come enjoy that. Oh, yes. Yes, Landmark on Lee. Thank you again, Katie. Next, we have our advertising partner, and also she's also going to do her presentation at the moment, all at once. She wants to do it that way today. CC Gassner with Texas A&M Commerce is our advertising partner. Thank you, CC.
Good morning. I hope you're all doing well today. It is great to be here, and I'd really like to start off by saying thank you to the Greenville Chamber. Byron, Keith, Deanna, Shelley, thank you so much for what you do every day to support and lift up the businesses and individuals in Greenville and Hunt County. We really appreciate it. Thank you. I am now just going to give you a couple minutes for a quick update on what's going on at the university. And I'm not going to lie, this has been a pretty rough year for A&M Commerce. But I am just amazed and impressed every day by the resilience and the grit and the strength that our students, faculty, and staff show. We've been getting through it, and we're going to get through this, and we're going to come out stronger on the other side. And if you were to look at national headlines, you would think it's all just doom and gloom in higher ed, that everyone's closing, everything's shutting down. Well, I'm here to let you know about some bright points. First, our enrollment is up. Our enrollment in the summer was significantly above what we've seen in the last several summers. Our enrollment for this fall is actually higher than what we've seen in the last 2 fall semesters. And so if you listen to everything people tell you, that's counterintuitive. But for some reason, we're excited that we are becoming the college of choice for so many students in the area. And on an even more fun note, our rodeo and our meat judging teams are now national champions. So thank you. We are really proud of them. But what we really are here for is to be an asset and a resource for all of you, for the school districts and the businesses that are represented here. And our president, Mark Rudin, and our new dean of the College of Education and Human Services, Kimberly McLeod, They have been busting it, trying to get out there and meet with all the school districts and just let them know we're not just here, but we're here to be a partner and to find out what more we can do to better serve you. If you have any ideas, if you have any wants or needs that you think we can help with, we're more than just a place where we have students who come in and take classes. We have labs, we have researchers, we have so many assets that we would like to share with you. Please feel free to reach out to Dr. Rudin or Dr. McLeod. I've also left a short stack of my own business cards on the table that we have out in the lobby here. Please feel free just to reach out anytime, email or call us, and let us know what we can do to help you. And lastly, we are most proud of our legacy of educating educators. That is really our sweet spot and where we shine the most. And so if you or any of your friends, neighbors, colleagues are thinking this might be a good time to come back and maybe get a master's or a doctorate degree, we would love to talk with you about that. And there's also information out on our booth about a special scholarship program aimed specifically towards educators on how they can get started on making their dream happen of that graduate degree. So with that, I thank you so much for the opportunity. It's been a pleasure to be with you this morning, and go Lions. Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming today. We know how busy y'all are, all of you. So next, we have our table partner at Lone Star Credit Union, Kim Simmons.
Hello. I have to say that I am very excited to be in a room full of people whose faces I can actually see. It's been a long time, and put the mic closer, okay. But I really am glad to be here. Lone Star Credit Union is near and dear to my heart. I've only been there 3.5 years, but I wish I'd gotten there sooner. Lone Star Credit Union has been in existence and serving our communities for over 53 years. We're here because we care about our community. We do active things in our community. We're currently raising money and to buy food and paper towels and everything for the animal shelter because they won't let us come and serve. So we do stuff all the time for our community, and we want you to know that we're here and we care. If it's good for you, it's good for us. Lone Star Credit Union is a place you can go and you know that you're going to get told the truth. You're going to work with people that are honest, and we're going to actually care about the results. So if you need financial counseling, we offer that for free. You can come and talk to us. We can help you with budgeting, preparing for retiring. We can help you with a financial disaster that needs to be fixed. We're there for you. Right now, during the pandemic, or whatever we want to call it, we have been busier than you can imagine. We have an infrastructure of technology that allows us to be able to serve our community without them have to come into the building. So we can email your documents. We can do everything on the phone. We can do it on the computer. You can sign stuff at the drive-thru. We're still opening new accounts, and we are busy doing auto loans right now. Our auto loan rates are as low as 1.75%. So if you're thinking about refinancing, looking at your budget to see if you can do better than what you currently have, we're the place you need to be looking at because we're going to try to help you. We also do home equity loans. We can help you with a boat, an RV, a motorcycle. So we're there for you, and we do a lot of good in the community, and we appreciate how the community cares about us. We have members that come by and say, we miss being able to come into the lobby. And they bring us cookies, and they bring us flowers, and they miss that interaction with us. So we're looking forward to the day that the lobby will be open again. But for now, we're still serving you. Come and see us. Call me if I can help. And that means a financial coaching session or just even questions. I have lots of members who just call me and they go, well, before I did this, I wanted to ask you. So we're there. Just call, ask us. We're happy to help. And we're glad to be in Greenville. Thank you.
Thank you, Kim. And again, our chairman of the board is Lone Star Credit Union, William Morgan. He's great to work with as well. We want to thank Glenda's Cafe and Catering for today's lunch. I think they've already exited, but thank y'all. And we're going to start with our schools. We are ready to roll. So our first one is Campbell ISD, Dr. Denise Morgan. She also helps us with our government affairs, K through 12 education. She might talk a little bit about that. Dr. Denise Morgan from Campbell ISD.
Oh, sorry. Education is looking a little different this year, and in the spirit of being tired of online learning, no Zoom or video for me today. But I'd like to introduce Hub Bars, who's here with me as my business manager. Dear friends, I know I don't have to remind everyone of the crazy year 2020 has brought us thus far, and we still have a lot of time to go. In 2021 year is no shortage to this school year is no shortage to this fact. We are required by TEA to keep our doors open, providing in-person and an option for online studies. What a challenge for students and staff alike, and what a challenge for parents. I know many of you watch all the jokes about what to do and what not to do, and how those recommendations change by the day, hour, and sometimes minutes. If you think it's hard as a parent to decide what is right or best for your child, try being a superintendent, caring for all the students under your direction, as we consider all to be ours. Like you want the best for them, so do we. Each one brings to the table their uniqueness and their unique medical histories. There is no one-size-fits-all for COVID decisions. We are doing our best to follow the CDC, federal, state, and local authorities on this issue, and we do our absolute best to ensure the safety of all students. Our biggest challenge is way out of our control, and it is the exposure outside of school brought into school. So we ask you as a parent and community members to do your best to tend to your daily activities. So the same way we feel about COVID is the same way we feel about the STAR test. There is no one-size-fits-all, but in this crazy time, students will be required to take that test again this year. Not sure how that will look in the spring, so please watch your schools to announce how that will happen later. Now I would love to tell you some of the great things that are happening in Campbell ISD. This year we were able to complete the following projects without going to taxpayers for additional support. We replaced the playground, we replaced all the tile in our entire building, we replaced the competition gym bleachers, scoreboards, and wall mats. Well, that's on back order, but it'll be here soon. We purchased 3 buses, a van, and maintenance trucks. We purchased property for the future. We painted, carpeted, and replaced several air conditioning units in the building. And we bought technology. Boy, did we buy technology. We bought new Prometheans boards and other devices for teachers to go remote, as well as various other small projects. We have also been able to maintain our fund balance, which is the district savings account for rainy days. Most districts have a policy to keep 3 to 6 months of operating costs should we not get paid by the state, which, believe it or not, has happened to districts in the past. It gets reimbursed, but later, after bills are past due, and each district has to have a savings account. So each district has to have a savings account. So the real state of the district is as follows. In the last legislative session, legislators adopted several bills related to school funding. But what most people did not pay attention to is it froze our income again. They mandated raises for every teacher, which they deserve, but are compressing our tax rates down. So essentially, the income we received in 1920 is the same as we will receive in 2021 and forward. But we must give raises, or districts must vote to freeze salaries. Please watch this close in the next legislative session, as $3.7 million from my budget will not go as far this year or in the next as it did in the past. If we have to pay teachers more, we must cut the budget somewhere. Districts may be forced to use their savings account to meet those budget requirements. This predicament cannot last long, and we may end up back in layoffs like we were in 2008. Remember, the state recommends that we keep a minimum of 3 months of operating expenses in our savings account. Rough times ahead for schools, as if COVID wasn't enough. I know no one wants to pay taxes, but we want our kids and grandkids educated. For the sake of the future, please watch this closely in this next legislative session. Our main project for this year is to keep kids in school and learning. So what can we look forward to in 2021? Teachers will show up daily. Kids will show up daily, in person and online, and the learning will happen. It will look different with these blended models, but schools will do what they can and have always done. Teach kids first, love kids, do our best to engage kids, and keep them safe.
Thank you, Denise. Next, we have Quinlan ISD Superintendent Jeff Irvin.
Good afternoon. We appreciate the opportunity to be here and the event to highlight and showcase education here in Hunt County. We also appreciate the opportunity to represent Quinlan and look forward to working with you to improve education for all of our students and at the same time strengthen Hunt County. As we go through this year, I ask that you keep our students, our staff, and our community in your thoughts and prayers. We're in uncharted water as we strive to provide the best education experience possible for our children. At this time, we're going to see a short video. Tiffany, would you raise your hand? Tiffany's our Director of Communication. She put this together, and when we conclude, you can go on to the next speaker. But thank you for hosting us, because we didn't get to finish our theme last year, which is Better Together, Panthers Forever. This year it's 2.0. So, thank you.
I'm Kayla Lane. I'm an FHS and PJC 2019 graduate. And this program to me means, honestly, the financial standpoint means the world. And without it, I don't really see myself going to college. I'm Kayla Lane. I'm an FHS and PJC 2019 graduate. And this program to me means, honestly, the financial standpoint means the world. And without it, I don't really see myself going to college. I don't think I would have. But with it, I'm happy I have the chance, and I'm going to get my nursing degree and even go further. So, it's cool.
My name is Danielle Collins. I'm an FHS and PJC graduate of 2019, and the PJC program means the world to me. I would have graduated early if not without it, and I've learned so many new things with this program. I've learned how to be a college student and how to manage everything, which is really hard.
My name is Zachary Hernandez, and I'm an FHS and PJC 2019 graduate, and this entire program has been everything to me. I am the first person in my family to graduate with a degree of any kind, and so it really puts me ahead of what's to come in life, and I'm so glad that Quinlan has given me this chance to get my associate's degree so that I can get a taste of what college life is like.
Good deal. Jeff, I don't know if you introduced Tiffany Chapman. If you did, I didn't hear, but she's a super cheerleader for not only Quinlan but Hunt County, so thank you for coming too. Next, we have Greenville Christian School, Mr. Mark Reisner.
Good afternoon. Joining me this afternoon is Jason Stevenson, a native son of Greenville. We're happy to have him on our staff this year. And then my wife, Lori. Thanks. I also want to thank the Chamber for the work you do for the community. Appreciate it. And also want to thank you for inviting me to speak and to give me an opportunity to acquaint the community with Greenville Christian School. I'd also like to say that I and our school respects the area schools. We're small. We are less complex than the local districts, and I know the challenges that we have, so I know that yours are multiplied. So I definitely respect your efforts, and if there's anything we can do to help, please let me know. I'd like to just ask one question. Is Greenville Christian School good for the community? And I'm not really going to answer that question. If you're interested, you can look this essay up online. Matthew Paris wrote an essay in the London Times. The title of the essay is, "As an Atheist, I truly believe Africa needs God." All right, if I could get your next slide, please. So excuse my reading. I also have the text on a slide for you to follow along. Now a confirmed atheist, I became convinced of the enormous contribution that Christian evangelism makes in Africa, sharply distinct from the work of secular NGOs, government projects, and international aid efforts. These alone will not do. Education and training alone will not do. In Africa, Christianity changes people's hearts. It brings a spiritual transformation. The rebirth is real. The change is good. I used to avoid this truth by applauding, as you can, the practical work of mission churches in Africa. It's a pity, I would say, that salvation is a part of the package. But Christians, black and white, working in Africa, do heal the sick, do teach people to read and write, and only the severest kind of secularist would see a mission, hospital, or a school and say the world would be better without it. I would allow that if faith was needed to motivate missionaries to help themselves. That would be fine. But what counted was the help, not their faith. But this doesn't fit the facts. Faith does more than support the missionary. It is also transferred to his flock. This is the effect that matters so immensely, and which I cannot help observing. So, those who want Africa to walk tall in the 21st century, global competition, must not kid themselves that providing the material means or even the know-how that accompanies what it means to call development will make the change. The whole belief system must first be supplanted. And then this is the final note up here. Let me see. Next slide, please. You're good. Thanks. And I'm afraid it has to be supplanted with another. Removing Christian evangelism from the African equation may leave the content at the mercy of the malign fusion of Nike, the witch doctor, the mobile phone, and the machete. So the message of Christian evangelism is the good news of the person and work of Jesus Christ. A response of faith and new life that follows provides for us and for anyone, anywhere, a foundation and a compelling reason to pursue scholarship. Grammar and computation are necessary, but insufficient. The narrative and belief system put forth in Scripture that captures the hearts, minds, and imaginations of students is beneficial for the student and good for our community. Thanks for this opportunity, and have a good school year.
Thank you, Mark. Thank you also for helping on the Government Affairs Committee. Next, we have a new school entity to speak this year, Marigold ABA Therapy Center. We have Candace Palacios. Thank you.
Alrighty, good morning. How are y'all? So y'all probably haven't heard about us, but I'm here with my assistant director, Andrea Griggs, and I'm just here to share a little bit about what we do. And this is an amazing place. This is a happy place, a loving place. So I'm here to share with you about MLA. We seek to offer all students with autism the support and services they need to succeed. In our program, we do not only see a student's struggles, we see potential each student has in their own unique ways. We include the families by providing the structured knowledge that is necessary to keep our students continuously improving at MLA, as well as in the homes, community, public schools, and private schools. So our founder is Director Carrie, and she is a board-certified behavior analysis. We specialize in kids with special needs. Our specialty is autism, but we do have some Down syndrome and Asperger's. We currently have 2 locations, the mighty Greenville, and then we also have Rockwall. We are currently getting one in progress at Fate. You can go ahead and go to the next one. So what we do, so our center has a therapist-student 1-to-1, 2-to-1, and 3-to-1 ratio. We provide ABA services for kids that need help in our facility. And then it tells you a little bit about our research. We do have small groups, large groups that help the students. So what about ABA? So our center services are supervised by board-certified behavior analysts. We also have RBTs that give one-on-one therapy to our students. And then it just shows you about how do we help the students. So we look at them and we look at what is it that the students need. They're constantly changing, so we always make adjustments to help them. So different services that we do have in our facility is early intervention. We do half-day programs, full-day programs. Some kids come from public schools, private schools, half-time, and some leave and go to schools. So we do provide after-school programs, which help the kids that are in schools. They just need a little assistance, and then they keep going. We also have summer camps that are really fun, and we accommodate those depending on the kids. And then we also provide occupational and speech therapy. So this is a little bit of stuff that we do. We do visual performance, which is math, patterns, counting, correspondence counting. And then we have verbal behavior, which is working on language, communicating, manding, tacting, because a lot of them, they can't do that. We have nonverbal and verbal kids. And then we work on fine motor. A lot of them can't move their fingers, so we work on a lot of strengthening the independence in the fingers. And then we also have gross motor, which is a lot of physical body, rolling a ball, catching a ball, learning to play with other peers, maybe just playing with objects. And then we also have sensory, which is a room for when kids are overstimulated, frustrated. They can go to a place that's quiet. That way they can calm down. And then we also have social skills. A lot of students don't recognize the social cues of others. They don't know how to say thank you or wait when someone's talking. And then we're also involved with the community. We take the kids on outings. to get involved with the community, to be able to interact with everybody. You know, they're just like all of us, and that's what they need. They need that push to keep getting involved in our community. And then so we are constantly training. We want to better ourselves for them. We want them to succeed in the community, in the schools, in the public schools, in the private schools, and that's what we're here to do. We're constantly training to better our students. And so before I end, you're probably wondering, like, why, you know, but, you know, the skills learned at MLA can help generalize in school settings with attending to the instructors, socializing with peers and teachers, creating a positive learning environment, being able to be independent members of our community. And that's why I applaud all of you teachers. We're here to support you and to help you and to better our kids, because that's what we want, and that's the goal at Marigold. We want them to not stay with us, but to be in the schools, and that way you can help them. So let's learn the Marigold way. Thank you.
Thank you. And Marigold is located, if you don't know, in front of the library on 69 over there. Next, we have all the way from Paris, Texas, Dr. Pam Anglin. Thanks for coming today, Pam.
Good afternoon. It's good to be here and to get to see some faces that I haven't seen since early this year. So it's good to see everyone. Wanted to let you know what's going on at PJC. We have delayed the start of school this year to September 8th. That's the latest date that some of the school districts that we serve are starting, and so we're starting September 8th so we can get dual credit off and kind of keep it running along school schedules and which coincide with ours. So we've got another week of registration. We're still registering students. We're offering 4 different ways you can take classes this year. We're offering traditional face-to-face classes. We're offering our traditional online classes. And then we have a new modality that we're doing this year. It's interactive video or asynchronous course to where a student registers for a class at a certain time, but they're going to sit at wherever they want to in front of their computer, and the faculty member will teach, and you can see everyone on the screen, and a student can ask questions as they go along. So it gives that flexibility of a student being able to stay at home or wherever they need to be and take a class. And then we're offering hybrid classes. So we have 4 different modalities and still have space available. Our folks at our Greenville Center here are busy registering students today. Want to express our thankfulness to all of the school districts that are present here today. Our partnerships with you mean a great deal to us. And reminded me when I saw the Quinlan Ford students talk, so many of the students that we get are first time in college. And that's one of the things that we pride ourselves in, that individual attention, and I call it hand holding. We're going to hold a student's hand to get them into what they need to do, where they need to be, and just really encourage them through their time at PJC so that they can build that confidence and know that they can do whatever they set out to do, and they can successfully transfer to a university or go to work. One of the things that we're really focusing on right now, we know that through this pandemic, a lot of people have lost jobs, and jobs are changing. So we're working on a project with all of the other community colleges in the state to do reskilling and upskilling. And that will really come out over the next few months as the coordinating board allocates some of the GEAR money to the community colleges to help reskill the workforce. So we're looking at the targeted jobs across the state, the ones that industry really need and they're struggling to find employees, and we're looking at the new jobs to train people and do it in a short term, not necessarily credit programs, but get those people skilled to where they can be employed locally in the regions that we served based on the jobs that are needed in the region that we serve. So we look forward to working with industry locally as we move forward along with all of the other community colleges in the state on reskilling and upskilling the state of Texas. Thank you. We're proud to be a part of the chamber and always look forward to getting to see you all here. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Handling, for coming. I want to elaborate on something for just a moment. So Greenville falls into the Paris Small Business Development Center region. That is a federally government funded department, and everybody in the U.S. falls in a zone, and we fall into the Paris Small Business Development region, and they are huge supporters to the tune of helping, giving them an office and everything up there in Paris. And we have a huge relationship with Paris Small Business Development Center representatives here. One lives, I think they both live in Sulphur Springs these days, but we had, up until COVID, an office for that person in our chamber on Thursdays. But when COVID hit, let me tell you how many people and businesses we helped through the chamber and through their reps to connect businesses with information that they flat out just didn't know what to do. And all the way up until yesterday, we had somebody call the chamber wanting to open a business and started by calling the city of Greenville, multiple departments, to get no answers, because to start a business, you really need to be calling the chamber. And of course, we gave them all the answers they needed to start their business. They already have a location. But we also ended up, end result, also referring them to Paris SBDC. So thank them for all the hard work that they do on that for us on that front. Thank you, Pam. Next, we have Greenville ISD, Dr. Demetrius Liggins. Thanks for coming.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you all for being here, and thank you, Byron, and your team for always sponsoring us each year. I'll be brief today. We are excited on September 8th, to finally be coming back from spring break, and looking forward to having a great year. One of the things we're focusing on this year is just basically letting our families know that we're still having school. Whatever choices they may make, whatever decisions they need to make that is in the best interest of their students and their children, whether that's being at home or in school. As you know, immediately, during spring break, we found out we're not coming back to school for the remainder of the year. And we rushed to put something together, as all districts did, to try to do the best we could for our kids with a situation that none of us were familiar with or ever had to go through again. But we've had quite the time of getting this, what we think is a pretty good plan in place. So I would just like to take a few moments and let you watch our video on what we are saying to our parents and letting them know that we are having school and their children will be safe and learning with us this year. So thank you again for your time.
Thank you, Dr. Liggins.
Greenville ISD is ready to start the new year with robust instruction to enhance learning and safety, and cleaning precautions to keep students and staff safe. For more than 100 years, we've been in the learning business, and we've helped our graduates prepare for success in college, career, and the military. Whether it's online or in person, we're here to teach our students. We're here for our families, and we're here to stay.
If we look back at what we have prepared over the summer. A lot of teachers have been working really, really hard to get a plan that would fit all of your child's needs. I know under normal circumstances, we would all say we want our kids to be at school, but these are not normal circumstances. And although we hope we get there again, right now we have to do what we have to do to continue in education for our children. Starting school back up in September, we have had some time to prepare. GISD has a wonderful group of educators that are going in and working to prepare a good method, whether it's through online or in the classroom, and we are going to take all the necessary precautions to make sure that your child continues to learn in the safest way possible. So I can assure you, as an educator and as a former GISD student, that your child's safety and education is our #1 priority. Whether it's remotely or in the classroom, we will do everything in our power to continue that rigorous learning and to continue to prepare them for our world.
Last year when we shut down school, things got pretty tough on us as far as educating your child. We had the online that we were trying to do, and then we had the packets. So this year, we had a little time and we were able to put some things together to make this year a lot more successful with hybrid models and online models that now we feel that we're going to be able to put our kids in position to be successful.
I've been with Greenville for 11 years. Started out as a teacher at Carver Elementary and was a Carver Cool Cat. And here at Greenville ISD, we know that a robust online learning program requires a robust infrastructure. And for that reason, we have been working diligently this summer to develop a platform that works for both students, teachers, and families. This summer, we've been working to add public access Wi-Fi to each campus. We are adding webcams to each classroom. We are also adding iPads for every LP Waters student. Additionally, by popular request, we are adding Seesaw for pre-K through 2nd grade as an online learning platform. And then we are also building a robust online learning program for teachers that will also include training for parents and students.
My name is Noelle Bars, and I'm the Director of Health Services for Greenville ISD. And I want to let you all know that we are taking this pandemic very, very seriously. And we are staying up to date on all the steps that we need to take this fall to keep our students, staff, and families safe. Our staff will be required to self-screen and wear a face covering every day. Students will be screened at home by their parents and also required to wear a face covering, 1st graders and up. We are also very fortunate to have nurses on every campus who will assess students and staff who display symptoms of COVID-19 or illness throughout the school day. Hand washing will be encouraged several times throughout the school day with both staff and students. We will practice social distancing as appropriate and according to the CDC. There will be frequent cleaning of the campus. Every campus will be cleaned every day, and we will have cleaning throughout the day on frequently touched surfaces. We are in constant contact with our health experts in the county. Parents and staff will be informed immediately of any positive COVID students or staff on campus. Anyone with COVID will be quarantining at home via the CDC for 14 days, and a letter of good health will be required to return to school for both students and our staff. I have been a school nurse for 22 years. This is my 7th year with Greenville ISD, and I am here to stay.
I am Crystal Lopez, a 5th grade teacher at George Washington Carver Elementary, a lifelong proud GISD student, and I am here to stay.
I'm Shannon Falk, and I'm here to stay.
And I am Heath Jarvis, and I'm here to stay.
Very good. Last, we have Bowles ISD Superintendent Mikhail Goss. And then we have some giveaways.
Well, like he said, my name is Michael Goss, and I'm the superintendent at Bowles ISD. But before I begin, if you know a teacher, You see a teacher, you love a teacher, you give them a big round of applause, a hug around the neck, a pat on the back, all those things, because they've been put under some very demanding set of expectations that most would be impossible to meet, but our teachers will. And Amy Melton's here, Bowles ISD teacher. And also I know Bowles does great things because your videographer is a former student, right? And I have been the superintendent at Bowles ISD since January 7th of this year. And I'm glad he's here. My predecessor, Dr. Sweeney's here today, and he must have known something was about to happen because 8 weeks in and the pandemic hit, and he had to have known something was about to happen. But I have been employed with Bowles ISD in some form or fashion since 2004, and eventually made my return as superintendent there. Last year when I was here speaking, I had planned on getting Derek to come and do a great video so I wouldn't have to talk very much, but then COVID happened. And you're going to hear me say that several times during my conversation. But bragging on Bowles, we are a 2A classified district. We have about 500 students across 3 campuses. Our enrollment is slightly lower this year due to COVID. And so we are accepting transfer applications at some of our grade levels, hint, hint. And our students and staff at Bowles earned an accountability rating of A from the TEA in the most recent state report. And I'm going to hang my hat on that. Due to COVID, I can hang on to it for a couple more years. The Bowles ISD district is only 9 square miles. We have a small property tax base, and we rely heavily on state and federal aid. Our student body is comprised of about 75% transfer students from 13 neighboring districts around. I'm not sure if that's quite accurate this year, but despite not having an established community at Bowles, we have a strong invested circle of support within our staff, families, and nearby businesses and community members, and we do appreciate that. And I'm going to address the elephant in the room because I already had questions asked when I came in today. We started school on August 17th, but let me rephrase that. Our elementary and middle school campuses started school on August 17th. On Saturday, August 15th, I had to make the difficult decision, probably the first one in our area, to delay our planned start for our students at the high school. Our staff was unfortunately exposed, and so we wouldn't have been able to start back like we needed to with so many staff being out. So our high school started school remotely, Google Classroom. But fortunately, our staff and students were ready to tackle that because they had already started that in the spring semester, and they were ready to go. And I applaud them again because our teachers have just, okay, let's do this. And they have. We plan for our staff and students at the high school to return this Monday, and we're anticipating a great start. But it has been nice. I mean, I hate that we had to delay the start, but it's kind of like in the restaurant business. It was a soft opening for us, and our elementary and middle school kind of got into the buildings, and we could see what it was going to look like. And we just had a great start, and I think all the schools around us have too as well. But instead of focusing so much on the negative around the pandemic, I choose to see the opportunities that have surfaced through these challenges. At Bowles today, we're proud to offer digital devices to all of our students grades 2 through 12. Every one of our students have internet access on their own or through a district-sponsored hotspot. So through all this, we overcame some hurdles, and we were able to do that. We're so happy about that. All of our students are going to be trained and all well-versed in digital learning, and that is the wave of our future, and we know that they're going to have to handle that anyway. And so our pre-K students are well-versed in receiving digital instruction. Relationships have been fostered through the outreach of our neighboring districts. You know, they're our friends, our support, and I hope they lean on us as much as we lean on them. I've had newfound partnerships in county entities such as the health department and some of the county offices and city offices. We greatly appreciate your support and guidance. But despite a new way of life, our high school students are ready to tackle their dual credit classes with PJC and Commerce, fully reimbursed at Bowles ISD, by the way. And it's business as usual. Our kids are learning. They're happily back with their teachers. I've never seen kids so happy to be back at school. They're there with their teachers. They're there with their friends. Structure and routine. They thrive on that, and I think a lot of them realize that now. You'll see our teachers reading to their kids, some of them online. Our middle school and high school have started volleyball and football practices and some competitions, and tonight's our first varsity football game tonight at Overton. Clubs and organizations such as culinary classes, ACE After School, FFA, robotics, and our first bass fishing team have started activities. Some of it virtually, but connections are being made, and that's what's most important at this time. Providing world-class educational opportunities with low student-to-teacher ratios in a small rural school environment is a constant goal for myself and the staff and community of Bowles ISD, and we are passionate about the small school initiative, and we appreciate your support and the support of the Chamber. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Michael. Michael. I'm sorry, Michael. Michael Goss, everybody. Thank you. In keeping with the education theme, I do want to mention that we have a full leadership on county class that will start next month in a couple of weeks. I know we have at least a few people in here that are going to take it. Would you stand up if you're going to be in the class of 2021? We have Alyssa Davis. I know we have Chris Mangwell, Roxanne Turner, isn't Lonnie Schoenfeld is in here somewhere. Hub Barnes, there you are. Thank y'all for coming today, and we're looking forward to having that class with y'all. Also, lastly, our golf tournament raffles are back there. Britton Chevrolet is our golf tournament. If I didn't say this already, we're completely sold out of that tournament. We completely filled up for leadership. We were stoked on some of these things. And also on your tables, if you want to take these with you, these are how you scan your phone to do our raffles. And remember, those Aruba trips are coming up. Take these with you. Give them to a friend. Give them to a neighbor. Please help us out on that since we can't do as well on our events at the moment. And thank y'all so much for coming.
This video has been brought to you by Juice 34. Juice is your community-owned provider for electric, internet, cable TV, and true local programming.